Well, hello viewers. Here's the desktop review of the CZ Scorpion EVO S1 pistol. This is probably one of the most highly anticipated products coming from CZ in a long time, and I'm excited to be able to bring it to you. We're going to go over the gun from muzzle to butt cap, and I'm going to give you my desktop informal amateur review on it. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and clear the weapon. The charging handle is forward on the left-hand side of the gun from the factory. However, it is swappable. You can swap the handle from left to right-hand side. Works just like an H&K. You would pull the cocking handle back and flip it up to lock it in place, or, as is the case right now on an empty magazine, it has a last round hold open feature, which is very cool. So you can see magazine is empty, and so is the gun. So let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, a little bit of history on this gun. This is the civilian legal semi-automatic pistol version of the CZ Scorpion EVO A1 submachine gun. It's chambered in 9mm, manufactured in the Czech Republic, and is probably one of the, I think, one of the neatest modern day submachine guns on the market. It is almost entirely made of polymer, with the exception of the bolt carrier assembly, the bolt carrier assembly, the barrel, and a few pins that hold it together. Other than that, almost everything else on the gun is polymer. There's a few metal parts in the trigger pack as well. As a result, gun weighs in a little over 5 pounds, about 5.5 pounds dry. Obviously, this is a pistol, so it comes with a butt cap on here. However, the butt cap is can be swapped out for an adapter that takes a buffer tube, and on that buffer tube, obviously, you can either install a SIG brace if you're so inclined to equip your pistol with a pistol brace, or you can form one this gun and be able to put on a buttstock, which is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and get started on some of the really cool features on the gun. First and foremost, being chambered in 9mm, this is a great candidate for a suppressor. And this flash hider actually comes off quite easily. It's got a little detent right there that you push. It unscrews. It is an unusual thread pattern. However, I've heard that there are several manufacturers out there, suppressor manufacturers, that are making adapters that will take that from the, and I apologize, but I forget what the exact thread pitch is on that, but down to a 1/2x28 thread pitch, so you can use most suppressors. The gun does come with 1913 Picatinny rails on the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock positions. So it's got rails all the way around it. The rails are injection molded into the actual gun itself. They're not removable. However, they look nice. They're sized properly, and so far I've had absolutely no trouble with accessories clipping to them, and they're obviously rock solid because they're injection molded into it. On this particular gun, I've got a Streamlight TLR-1 HL. It's the high lumen version, and it's a big bright LED light, and of course it also has the strobe feature, which is kind of cool for those of you who haven't seen one of those before. Very cool tactical light. The gun does come with this hand stop. When it comes out of the box, it's all the way up here on the front. I moved it back a little bit. I kind of like holding the gun both by the mag well and sort of up close, so it fit me perfectly. And I've got these ladder rails covering up all of the 1913 rails, just to make it a little easier on the hands. I don't shoot with gloves a lot, and so I like to cover the 1913 rails up with those, just to keep it from snagging on stuff like my fingers. Up top, you have got a very nice set of sights. On this particular gun, I've got the Zeiss Z-Point. It's a rather pricey red dot sight from Zeiss. It is very, very nice. Very high quality. It's got some really cool features on it, including a solar panel on top that keeps the batteries charged, and an automated illumination feature so that it will go up and down in illumination depending on the light that comes through the little sensor right up here on the front. Unfortunately, this one has got a fogging problem, and I am going to have to see what I can do about fixing that. But there is the sight picture. The Z-Point does co-witness with the iron sights on here, so you can leave it on there all the time. The sights on this gun, I believe they're made of aluminum. Very, very high quality, adjusted for windage and elevation. The rear sight has 4 apertures, and they rotate around, so you can go from very small to very large. Very nice, very high quality sights. The front sight is an AR style post sight. I do not know whether or not an AR, it looks, I have not tried it yet, it looks as if an AR front sight post will fit in this. So for those of you who are thinking about it, maybe a Trijicon night sight, something like that might fit really cool in there. Let's go over the controls real quick. You've got a ambi fire and safety selector switch. On the EVO A1, the full auto version, you're going to have 4 positions. On this one you just have 2. You've got safe and fire. On the full auto version you're going to have 3-round burst and full auto. It is ambidextrous from both sides. I will tell you, one of the complaints that I've heard is that this piece right here digs into your finger as you shoot it in the down position. If you have a real high grasp on the gun, yes, it will. I tend to hold the gun a little bit further down. It just clears my finger. However, a Dremel tool will certainly take care of that. You can just even it off or something like that. Anyway, mag release down here at the bottom. It is an ambi mag release. If you look at it from the bottom, very HK paddle style. Very cool. The magazines that come with these guns are available in 10 round, 20 round, and 30 round. This is the 20 round. It comes with 2 20 round magazines from the factory. I am looking currently for the 30 round mags. They're a little bit harder to find, but I will hopefully that'll be a part of my part 2 video on this gun as well. The magazines are extremely high quality. They are all polymer that I can tell, with the exception of the magazine spring. But it's a very hard polymer. I mean, you cannot, there's no flex whatsoever in that. They secure into the gun very positively. They're absolutely rock solid, and they are drop free with a vengeance. When you release them, let me see if I can do this properly here. When you release the magazine, it snaps. It actually jumps out of the gun even when empty. So very cool, very high quality. Can't wait to get my 30 rounders in, but this is the 20 rounder. Some of the other controls that are pretty neat. This is this particular lever here is the bolt release. One of the cool things about this is when you slam the magazine, let's say for instance you're firing the gun, last round holds open. You go ahead and release your magazine and execute a magazine change. When you slam the new round in there, you just drop this and the bolt goes home. Very, very cool, very, very fast, very AR-ish or that type of thing, and really an awesome, awesome design. Of course, you can also, if you wish, you can do the, you can release the cocking handle. When the magazine is in it and the bolt is locked back, this will stop right there, as you can see. So if you were to, this would be forward, the bolt would be locked back. If you really wanted to, you could insert a new magazine, grab the charging handle, and release. Or you can do the HK slap where you lock the bolt open like that. Have that in the upper position and just roll your thumb over it, and it will slam forward with authority. One cool thing about this gun, it is a pure blowback design. So there's no delayed rollers or anything like that, or gas system or anything. It's just a pure recoil operated blowback, straight blowback operated firing system. Very, very simple to use. The other thing is on this gun, your hand grip is actually slightly adjustable. It's adjustable for length. You undo that screw right there, and you can actually move that forward and back a hair, just in case you want a longer trigger reach. Trigger on this gun is very nice. It is a I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is a ridged trigger, very comfortable to hand, quite flat. It's got a nice clean for a military style weapon. It's got a nice clean trigger pull, a little bit of creep to it, and then hammer falls home. When you cycle the gun, the reset on it, pretty clean, audible, and a tactile feel to it, and then you're back in business. So very cool gun overall. Some other things about it. The weapon is very easy to field strip. You simply lock the bolt back. There's one captive retaining pin right here. If you can see that right there. Just drive it through the other side. This bottom port comes off. The bolt comes out. About 4 big easy pieces, and that's it. That's as simple as the gun is. So it's a great piece. It's a really good looking gun, and obviously it's got some really neat features to it that I really like. Have not fired this one yet. Going to take it out. I actually just got it today. Spent the day kind of setting it up a little bit. I did move the rear sight back one. It came out of the box with the rear sight set forward just a little bit. Not sure why that is. Maybe I'll figure it out later on. But I set it out as long as I could to get the longest sight aperture that I could. Couple other things about the gun. As far as sling mounts, it has got a crazy number of sling mounts on here. So it's got 2 ring style sling mounts, one here and one on the other side, and then also on the back here it's got one there and one there, so a total of 4 sling mounts. And then the pistol butt cap also has a straight through sling mount right there that you can loop a sling through. So really a cool gun. Great sight picture on this gun. Let me see if I can turn up this Z-Point a little bit so that you can see it. I don't know if you can make that out or not, but really nice sight picture on the gun. Comes with the pistol itself. Comes with 2 of these 20-round magazines. Comes with a 9mm bore snake, which is really kind of nice. It's a fairly high quality CZ bore snake that it comes with. Instruction manual, the test target that they used at the factory to proof it, and that's about it in a big colorful box. But overall, really like the gun. One other thing I wanted to point out to you is the palm swell on the bottom of the grip. It's really kind of nice. The grip is not really textured all that much. It's pretty slick, and it's a sort of a harder plastic. But that palm swell really works well. It just prevents your hand from moving around too much on the gun. One other thing too is when it came out of the box, it was really covered in oil. Even the polymer was, so it took a little while for me to wipe it all clean, and then it would kind of seep out of the gun again, and I'd wipe it clean some more. So, but overall, my first impressions of this gun are absolutely great. One other thing that's very important: MSRP on this gun, $849, guys. $850. And I think if you know me, I got some pretty fancy guns laying around that I've paid a whole heck of a lot more than I paid for this one. And I got to tell you, quality, everything about it, really nice. The other thing is the magazines. The 30 rounders are right at $20 a piece. These are like 18 bucks a piece. So thank you, CZ, for not only making a very high quality product, but also making it affordable and attainable for most people. And I think whether you're just buying it as a cool toy or going to set it up for home defense or whatever you want, honestly, guys, it's a great piece. I highly recommend it. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. I've got more videos coming, and we're going to do a part 2 on this gun in the not too distant future once I've had time to take it to the range and put it through its paces. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.